So Dominique, I told you briefly about what I planned with the Italian collection. And now what I thought about is that 6 different fragrances, right? And 6 different cities. It's basically a love story, so to speak, from 2 people or 1 person that explores different cities and cultures of Italy, actually. Because I love Italy. I have 2 fragrances already in 1 collection that are inspired by Italy, Velvet Orchid and Wild Desires. But I thought I want something special for this country because I love it here. And that's why I had in mind 6 different fragrances. So basically you start in the morning.
Yeah.
In,
which city? Which city would morning be?
I think because we're here in Milano.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And because it's the metropolitan city, it's the capital and stuff.
Of course.
You start there, and then you drive over to Venice.
Okay, yeah.
Because Venice is, it's Venice.
Yeah.
Oh, but you've been to Venice, right?
Yeah, of course.
How does Venice smell to you?
I think what we are talking about now, it's quite close to what I have in mind, honestly.
Okay.
I would imagine some spices, I would imagine some wood, I would imagine something that it's also slightly opulent, and sensual. I wouldn't go for an aquatic smell.
Why?
Because even though the city is very aquatic, it's not that sort of freshness that we were thinking when Portofino. So if it has aquatic note, they have to be more like the lagoon, not like a sea with waves. So.
Okay. No, that was very helpful already. And what do you think about an espresso now?
Espresso?
Espresso.
You call it espresso in Germany?
Yes.
In Italy, we call it caffè.
Caffè.
Just cafe is enough, and everybody will understand that you're asking for an espresso.
That's why always when I go to a coffee, I say un espresso, and they were looking at me like
smiling. It's like, oh, you're a foreigner.
You're a foreigner. Yeah. Okay, then we have some coffee.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. So Dominique, now we're sitting in this beautiful place.
Yeah.
You showed it to me last time, I think. Where are we?
It's a town called Cavinago. It's very close to our factory. I mean, it's a very small town, but it's lovely, no?
It's lovely. I mean, look, the setup, it's beautiful.
Beautiful church, nice trees.
I think it's perfect now for some inspiration time.
Yeah.
So
that's why I took out my pen,
that's why
my paper.
You prepared. She's prepared. Okay, not like me.
So we can start brainstorming a little bit about what you had in mind.
Yeah. So I think.
Which one do you want to start with?
I think we would Milano.
Let's start with Milano.
Yeah. Milano basically is the first destination where we wake up.
Okay, so the day of morning.
Exactly, the day of morning. It's still calm, city of Milan is very vibrant, very dynamic, but it's still calm in the morning. So something little kind of peachy, kind of with the coconut, what we talked about, something sweet as well, because the breakfast in Italy is always sweet.
Sweet, yeah. So we're thinking about a sunny morning, can we say? So something that it's a bit playful.
Yes.
With some, just now we were talking about the breakfast in Italy, how it's usually with fruits, with something sweet, so we can for sure get inspired from this idea. So you said you want coconut?
I always wanted to do a fragrance with coconut, so coconut should be in there. I also see peach because the color, I mean, orange is different than peach for sure, but I think the
color orange though is connected to peach, to apricot,
and Moellhausen, of course.
And Moellhausen, of course. Okay, very good. Shall we? I think with this opening of coconut, of apricot, peach, and so on, it would be great to have the fragrance developing with maybe some white flowers that are very well connected to this fruity, playful top note. So I will jot that down. Maybe. What about the base notes? Do you have
maybe a little ambery?
Yeah.
Maybe ambery, a little woody, not too hardcore. Maybe I wanted actually like really, it's like sweet, cozy.
Yeah. Maybe so a sweet amber.
Maybe.
So the amber, can be, if we use also some synthetic amber, it's really can be representing the fact that Milan is really edgy, it's really modern, it's really trendy, but at the same time the sweetness creates a very nice link with this fruity opening.
I like it. Yeah, that's good.
So Very good. So we have our pyramid.
We have our pyramid already. I think for the story itself, I would not go too much into detail now. I was like, I will brainstorm about this a little more when I get back to Germany. And but you can of course already start playing a little.
You know what? I'm gonna share the brief with the other perfumers in the company, and I will ask them to give me some proposal. I will create some myself. We will send them to you, and then we take it from there. So
that's good.
With the first proposals, then we develop it. We see if it's actually representing the idea of Milan, of the morning in Milan that you have in mind.
That's what I just wanted to tell like the viewers as well. It's not always, oder es ist nicht gleich perfekt. Ne? Also wenn ihr so eine Samples bekommt, heißt es nicht, dass man on point direkt der erste oder die erste Kreation perfekt ist. Also manchmal braucht es echt eine Weile. Dann sage ich zum Beispiel zu Dominique, der muss noch ein bisschen verändert werden. Pack mal ein bisschen mehr Kokosnuss oder Pfirsich rein, bis es dann so ist, wie man sich es vorstellt oder ich mir das vorstelle. I was just telling the viewers how it actually works. When you get samples, you know, it's not the first creation that says perfect.
Also, I think it's you know, the synergy between the commitment and the creator. It's fundamental because finally we're representing your concept, your idea of Milan. So.
We were talking about it before. The vibe between the people is very important. Like if we wouldn't understand if there would be no vibe, it's difficult, I think. It would be difficult. Okay, let's go to the next one, I think.
Great. Okay, so we said Venice or Florence?
I said Venice. Venice. I would go for Venice.
Okay, tell me.
Venice, colorful, but I think classy and white.
Okay, so the color here you had in mind is
it's white.
White.
White with gold somehow.
White, gold.
Maybe I'll put gold in every kind of little aspect of gold in all fragrances. Maybe we'll see.
Okay. So
I have a vision of Venice. Which is, like we said before in the park, very, how should I say, mysterious. With this ball and stuff, and then we said spicy. With the silky roads.
You like the idea of spices?
I do.
Okay, so I think the opening should be probably a spicy warm.
Maybe saffron as well, something like that. Maybe ginger, we'll see. But the fragrance should also be very impulsive. It can be very strong actually. It should be long lasting.
Something that leaves a memory, just like the city itself.
Exactly. Maybe a little oud.
I like it. You know, like we were saying before, the port of Venice was the reception of everything that was coming exotic.
Exactly.
So the idea of saffron, I love it. I think it's perfect. That's where the spices were coming in. But also oud is amazing because it creates this sort of opulence, the mystery, the idea also of the balls, the carnival. So very nice.
Maybe a little musk as well. Something like a strong base.
So we can say this can cover a bit the direction of something that it's more oriental and spicy.
I think so. It can be oriental and spicy. Because as you said, Italy is also very inspired in the Arabic way.
Especially towns like Venice or regions like Sicily.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah, I think that's good. Milan, Venice, then we should go down to Portofino. Portofino is like a big portrait. It's a picture basically. It's, right? So.
I mean, Portofino is a representation of, I think, elegance. It's like a small jewel, you know. I think also it could be very nice to represent this place, which is so small, so precious, also with few very high quality raw materials. So not have an exuberance of, you know, ingredients, of complexity, but something that is more fresh, more linear, more elegant. Maybe connected also to, like we were saying before, to Italian raw materials.
I think a lot of people they compare Italy to always the fresh notes, bergamot, neroli, and so on. I think for the start in Portofino, maybe yes, a fresh one for sure, but maybe a little bitter.
Okay, so
a different touch than the usual kind of fresh notes and stuff. A little bitter.
Okay, so maybe we can combine these citrus facets. Maybe instead of using, for example, regular sweet orange, we can go for the bitter orange.
Yeah.
Maybe we can explore the combination with green mandarin, with also zesty lemon. It could be.
Yes. Yes. If you think about it, you start in Milan, you go over to Venice, then you go down to Portofino.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice road to go. The next one I would say definitely is something like Florence.
Florence?
Yeah.
You were saying you want a romance in Florence?
A romance in Florence.
Okay, I like it.
You want it romantic. Yes.
Something romantic.
So I think the color here it can be sexy fragrance. It's maybe red, you know.
Yeah, color of love.
Color of love, exactly. Should be a dark, intensive red, so to speak. Maybe the flacon.
Will this be our floral fragrance, or?
I think so.
Yeah.
Like, but not a typical floral fragrance.
Okay.
Maybe. Somehow also a little spicy.
Yeah, I like it. The idea of warmth of something that it's hot.
Exactly.
Like love.
Exactly. Like love, like hot love.
Floral spicy. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe, and also a bit powdery.
Powder. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, as you mentioned already, Florence is the city of perfumers in Italy.
Yeah.
Right, and the very architectural way. It's very like a museum as well.
Yeah. I think also, you know, there is an ingredient that is typical from the region of Florence, which is iris. It's a beautiful flower. So maybe some hints of iris. That can give both the powdery side and also the floral side. It must be, I mean, it must be there as an ingredient.
It should be, right?
Yeah.
Good. Then from Romance in Florence, we go down to, the big museum, Rome. Rome. I thought like the gold, but I think I go for black.
I like black.
With hints of gold. Maybe the letters are in gold or something, or maybe the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's a strong black. I don't know why, but
I like black.
You know, it's strong. And
strong. It's also very elegant.
Exactly. I see like a vision of a woman with a black dress.
Yeah.
But very elegant.
I like it.
But I think the fragrance should be very impulsive. It should be strong,
okay.
You know. Also maybe oud terms, but leathery notes maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I like the idea of leather. I think so. Before we mentioned leather, but in my mind it was more connected to a floral side, so more soft. Here I can envision something that is strong, that it's oriented, that is a lot of personality.
To catch also the heat of, we go down south now, basically, in Rome. And Rome, with the Colosseum, with all the, the big statues and stuff, the history, full of it, I think. And what's crazy about it's driving in Rome.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like, it's insane.
I mean, the more you go south in Italy, the
worse.
more it's
I swear, that's why. Like in Napoli, wow, it's like a fight. So maybe somehow connected also to the this crazy vibe of the roads.
Yeah, a bit of something chaotic, a bit of chaos.
Yeah, a bit of chaos. So yeah, elegant but with a lot of chaos.
I like it. Okay.
Could describe me actually. Try to.
So, I guess this is gonna be your go-to.
maybe. This is something like where I see, it's almost like I think from the time maybe it's like 8 p.m. something like that. 8 p.m., 9 p.m. when you're out for dinner or you're having a nice aperitivo over the rooftop somewhere. But still you're chaotic, you're fast, you're running through the streets of Rome. And last but not least, like I told you, is Notto.
So six fragrances.
6 fragrances. Here you can also, you're at night.
Yeah.
Maybe we're in night and Notto or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're dancing, we're enjoying life. You know, it's temperament. You know, it's the heat, and from Italy in the south especially. So it can be also a very indulging fragrance. It can be also a very sensual fragrance.
Yeah.
I think also musky in somehow.
Musky for sure, to represent this sensuality of the night, the idea of dancing, but in a more subtle ways.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Very
I like
elegant.
the idea also of the heat, of the warmth. Is connected also to the culture, the local culture, of course, the people. maybe something a bit more oriental, more warm. Can be representing this.
That's a nice road trip, actually. If you think about it, would you do the trip?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? Or do you have another
sure.
city in mind which you would have maybe changed or something?
But I think being the beginning of the Italian collection, I think you chose very iconic locations.
Sure.
That cannot be, left unvisited in a trip around Italy, because of course Milan, Venice, Florence, Rome are places that whoever comes to Italy has to go. Yeah. But then you added some very unique and maybe more unknown places, more for people that are actually looking for little jewels, like Noto and Portofino. So I like this combination, and I think maybe in the future, if you're looking for more inspirations, there are other beautiful locations in Italy. We have, Sardinia. It's amazing,
True.
right?
True.
We have in the region of Tuscany. There are some other nice spots. We have places like Matera, which is this rocky city by the sea. So I think there are
a lot, huh?
Yeah, we can expand the collection.
But as in, like, for me, it's of course a big, or like I'm a little afraid actually, because you're a true Italian, and Moellhausen is an Italian company. It's for a German brand, of course, to represent Italy is tough. I got like pressure for myself.
Yeah?
So that's why when I came up with the idea and telling you, and I was like actually a little shy. I was like, hopefully she likes it.
No, I love it. I love it. It's all places I've been to. I know them. I go to these places, so I really feel a connection, and I think the creations will be very interesting.
I hope so. And I want to do it colorful. I want to do it playful a little bit, like basically like Italy. So I hope the Italians will approve.
I'm sure they will.
Because it's difficult maybe for a German brand, but I think we will see. We'll see.
Germans love also Italy, no?
They love Italy. Wow, they love Italy. Like it's crazy. Like of course Spain, Mallorca is basically German, if I'm saying that. But Italy is, I think, place 2 for the Germans. No, so super. I think we have a lot to do now.
We have a nice brief.
We have a nice brief, and I think
your ideas, I think it's very clear, and this is of course very helpful because it helps the perfumers understanding what you have in mind, and so I'm sure the result will be insane. Yeah,
because we can do like the marketing behind it, the photo shoots. I have it in mind now, actually, and I think we can combine it in a very special way. So, guys, you can be very, very excited. So we'll go back now to the factory, have a little talk, maybe another cafe, not espresso, cafe, and spread some more ideas. So, ciao.
Where do I start? Milan, 7 a.m. A morning in Milano. The bright red-orange sun rises and the city awakens with all its senses. Slightly sweet and fruity, and at the same time full of energy. A city like Venice is marked by history, secrets, and visions. Almost paradox how playful and yet seductive this city is. For me, the place that could not better embody the Dolce Vita life, Portofino, drawn like a portrait. Fresh, summery, and quietly enhanced by a light breeze of the sea. Red, the color of love. Florence, the city of unleashed romance. One I remember fondly, intense and powerful. All roads lead to Rome. Dusk is setting in. You can feel the mix of modern elegance and historical charm. But where does the journey end? Deep in the south of Italy. Notte. A magical night. Emerald green lights and a starry sky. This is the Italian Collection.